Welcome back to Askewed Reviews. And I'm actually getting another early access screener from my friends over at Terror Films. So, the movie that I was able to get early access to is the 2025 film Don't Peek, directed and written by Kyle Togg. So, right off the bat, just to let you know, Don't Peek is a found footage film. Now, I'm not always a huge fan of those, but this one was actually pretty good. So, here's the concept for this one. We have our two main characters of Paris and Rebecca Winter, and they've started their own YouTube channel called Waking Up with the Winters. The way that they have the characters of the Winters portrayed, I thought was perfect. I can definitely think of multiple online couples or just online personalities that are so much like these characters. They even call their followers Winterlings. I mean, honestly, who gives their followers names like that? Right, Askewed viewers? But anyway, back to the story. So the Winters actually move into their new home. And once they're there, they find in a small little cubby space a box of VHS tapes that are for Mr. Peak. Now, they don't exactly know what's on these tapes, but as they start to view them, they realize things are a bit creepy involving this character of Mr. Peak and what he's potentially doing to some women. But the Winters take advantage of this situation by showcasing these tapes on their YouTube channel. Now, their followers do start increasing due to the creepy and odd nature of these tapes. But as they continue to watch them, they realize that maybe this isn't a hoax and maybe there's something terrible that this Mr. Peak has actually done. So, as the story continues, the Winters do seem to start separating a bit from each other, as Paris seems to be very hungry for just getting to 1 million followers, and that's pretty much his only concern. While Rebecca, on the other hand, is very much worried about what happened to these women and what might potentially happen to them going forward. Things also get really interesting as the story moves from not just being about Mr. Peak, but potentially being about some supernatural stuff as well. So I won't say more than that now, as I want this to be revealed as you watch this for yourselves. Speaking of which, it will be available as of April 11th. At that point, it'll be streaming on Tubi, Chilling, Scare Network, and Kings of Horror. Now, like I said near the beginning, I'm not usually a big fan of found footage movies, but I thought that they did this one very well. One of the things I appreciated the most is even though it is a low budget film, they did it in such a way that not only did it look good, but it made you almost go, hey, I could do this. And not in that bad way of like, I could do that, anyone could do that, but in the sense of, if I really wanted to pick up a camera and make a horror movie, maybe I could, which is very good. I always like it when something can feel like it inspires you to be able to do your own project. So for me, on my scale, I'm giving this movie a 3 out of 5. Once this does come out on April 11th, absolutely feel free to come back to my video and let me know what you thought of it in the comments. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Askewed Reviews. Once again, thank you so much, Terror Films. I love it when you guys send me a new movie to be able to watch. And if by any chance you are connected to a company that has the ability of sending out a screener for your films, feel free to reach out to me as I'd love to be able to watch it, review it, and then get some extra publicity for your film.